Today's lesson is on modeling athletic performance. Performance is an observed value that describes what the athlete actually did in a specific context. We can use an athlete's performance to estimate his or her ability. Ability is a true but unknown value that describes what the player would do if given an infinite number of opportunities in the same context. So it has to be the same conditions, the same locations, the same opponents, same everything. Random chance is the variation between an athlete's performance and his or her ability. And finally, the law of large numbers says that an athlete's performance will generally get closer and closer to his or her ability as the number of attempts grows larger. So if you look at the model, performance equals ability plus random chance, that will explain to you how we get the difference in the ability for a performance. You really need to make sure that you make a note of this model. You will see it again later. You will see it on tests and quizzes. Throughout the course, if you see components in italics like ability and performance, that should remind you that you also have random chance in there. The athlete's performance can vary quite a bit from his or her ability. Think about a time when perhaps you were playing a sport. You had a great game one day, maybe better than what you normally do. Or maybe you had a really terrible game, and say you play baseball, you struck out every time at bat where you're usually a 300 hitter. Using actual regular season performances of LeBron James, the table below shows the number of three-point shot attempts, the number of three-point shot attempts made, and the overall three-point shooting percentage after his first 5 games of the season, as well as after his last 5 games of the season. So you can see after game number 1, he made none, so he's 0%. After game 2, he was up to 42.8, game 3, 50, and then by the end, he was leveling out around 31.5, 31.4%. That would be attributed to the law of large numbers. More shot attempts equals closer estimation of the ability. So this is a graph of those same percentages, and you can see where they start to level out probably around game 24-25. In the 2012 regular season, quarterback Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons completed 422 of his 615 passes. In the playoff that season, he completed 54 of 77 passes. Create a segmented bar chart to compare these performances and describe what you see. I've already done the bar chart, and as you can see, we have 2 different segmented bar charts, both add up to 100%. Make sure that you are labeling your axes again, so this would be their percent, and this would be the regular season, and this would be the playoffs. You also need to make sure you have a legend showing that blue is complete and red is incomplete, or whichever colors you choose. So it says describe what you see. So when you're looking at it, you might notice that he completed a higher percentage in the playoffs than the regular season. But it wasn't a whole lot different, it was just slightly different. You don't have to really go any further. You don't have to talk about incomplete because that would kind of be explained already, having said that he completed more passes in the playoffs than the regular season. So another example would be the free throws for Rajon Rondo of the Boston Celtics in 2013. You will be doing this on tests and quizzes as well, so make sure you pay attention to how to do it. So A says calculate the overall free throw percentage after each shot. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the percent. So after his first shot, he missed it. So that means he had 0 divided by his 1 attempt, which would be 0%. After shot 2, he missed that as well. So that's 0 divided by 2, which is still 0%. He made his third, which is 1 divided by 3. So that's the first time in 3 shots that he made it. And that would give you 33.3%. He missed number 4, so he's 1 out of 4, which is 25%. He made number 5, so it's 2 out of 5, which is 40%. He made number 6, so 3 out of 6. Now he's up to 50%. Number 7 he made, so it's 4 out of 7, which is 57.1%. He missed number 8, so 4 out of 8, he's back to 50%. He made number 9, so it's 5 out of 9, which is 55.5%. And he made number 10, so 6 out of 10 is 60%. If you were to continue this process for all of his free throws he took during the regular season, what will happen to his free throw percentage? So as we said with the law of large numbers, eventually his percentage will level off to his ability. Remember, you do not know the ability, you only know the performances. You can estimate the ability as you get more and more performances.